have that opening day thrill and excitement?
You do. It's one of those things too where kind of your first day back, kind of in the fire a little bit, running full speed, 7-on-7 reps and team reps. It does kind of have that feel of like jumping in the pool for a first time. There is that little shock element of like, oh man, like it's good to get going, and eventually you get into a really nice rhythm, which is, you have your moments in day one, but you also have your moments where it's like, maybe I'm just a little bit out of rhythm here, just because it's been a while since you've been, seeing those live action. So I thought today was a great day. I obviously there's tons of dudes out here that are totally able to be a part of this team, and obviously those decisions we made. But from what I see, it looks good.
How do you feel about having 5 other guys here trying to take your job?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the business, right? I mean there's especially they're all Americans, and that's part of the deal in the CFL, right? There's always a handful of guys that you bring in every year to see if they can fit in this league, and I remember being that same American. I remember being a rookie, bottom of the totem pole, just trying to scratch and claw for some reps, and there's no reason why some of those guys can't make an impact in this league as well. So it is a healthy competition, and everybody gets along really well. And again, it's just part of the business, man. You're either producing or you're not, and I plan on producing and doing what I need to do.
Where do you want to take a step forward with your game, Jake?
Oh man,
and heading into this season.
Yeah, I mean, every year you grow more and more comfortable with your offense. I think one of the biggest things going into this year that I've really tried to focus on and is one, just keeping everything I do really simple. This is a very complex game. There's tons of moving parts. It's a very difficult game. It's a very difficult format from a quarterback perspective with the 2 downs and the different schemes and defenses that teams play. So if you could simplify this game, man, you can really play fast and enjoy it. Obviously, just stay sharp with the fundamentals, because obviously those are things that you need to do every day, and then just clear your mind. Like every day, just reset your mind, because whether you're winning or losing or playing well or not playing well, I can guarantee you things aren't going to go well if you don't have the right mindset, and if you're letting things become too overwhelming, or if you don't have any poise to you. So those 3 things I think are really things I'm going to focus on, and again, it just comes back to just keeping it simple and keeping it loose.
Jake, were you able to connect with some of the receivers and teammates in the offseason like you had wanted to?
Yeah, I did.
To keep communication?
I did. A lot of text messages, a lot of phone calls. We were able to get 5 of the veteran receivers to come out. My family and I obviously made the move to Arizona this year, and it was nice to settle into our house and in our little community. And what comes with that is the opportunity to welcome people into your area, and that means a lot to me, because that's the stuff that you hear about all the time amongst pro athletes. Everybody goes their separate ways sometimes, and they live in different states, and it's hard to stay together. But if you can find a week and a half to where you can get everybody together, I just think that just builds the camaraderie more than anything. I mean, yeah, we threw routes and we did some of our offensive stuff, but we also went to dinner. We also had nights together where we were just having a good time. So that's important.
Did you personally do anything different in this offseason that you would,
I did.
compared to previous off seasons?
I did. I mean, I made some tweaks to my diet. Some things a little bit more personal than others, just in terms of when I'm able to eat and when I'm not. So I felt like that was big. I ran more than I ever had before, and that's not just hopping on a treadmill or running miles. That's speed work and change of direction and short bursts. And I like where I'm at. I mean, I'm down a few pounds. I'm quicker than I have since I've been in this league, and those are the things I think as you get older, and you want to stay on top of that stuff, because once that goes, what are you? So you have to keep the body in prime condition and better every year, and I feel like I've done that.
Looking out, seeing Malik, Henry, Clark Barnes, and Jalen Philpot out there, how reassuring was that for you?
Oh, it's just it's a relief, man. It's fun. It's fun to see some of your top playmakers out in the field with you. And I've said this a handful of times in the off season. Whether it's to coaches or other media or whatever. If we have our full group or close to it, because football's imperfect. There's gonna be times where guys are in and out. But if we can, have a steady diet of kind of our core guys and build some continuity and play multiple games together in a row and all those things that all the best teams in this league have, we're gonna be tough. And I'm embracing that. Obviously we go 6-12 last year, and we sneak into the playoffs, and obviously there's a lot of opinions that surround us. But I'm just more focused on, hey, when we get our group, and I love our group, it's a young group, and it's a group that's hungry and wants to make a name for themselves. Let's see what happens. And I'm thrilled about that.
Are you feeling the pressure?
No, I'm not. I came in this league, in a situation, where I was battling with a guy that was a Hall of Famer, and I understood the role that came with that. And like I said earlier, when you really break it down to how can I keep my life simple, how can I focus on my fundamentals, and how can I clear my mind every day? None of that has to do with any external factors or who's here, who's not, what's the outside world saying, should I be here, should I not, should I start, should I, like, man, if I think too much about that stuff, it's like, I'm just wasting my time, wasting my thoughts. So no, I don't feel that at all.